investigation, shall I go to the park? And after you went to the park, did the corresponding investigation subside? Yes, sir. It is exactly the same Brahmin with a monk who is an Arahant, one whose asavas are destroyed, who has lived the holy life, done what had to be done, laid down the burden, reached his own goal, utterly destroyed the fetters of existence, and is completely liberated through final knowledge. He earlier had the desire for the attainment of Arahantship, and when he attained Arahantship, the corresponding desire subsided. He earlier had aroused energy for the attainment of Arahantship, and when he attained Arahantship, the corresponding energy subsided. He earlier had made up his mind to attain Arahantship, and when he attained Arahantship, the corresponding resolution or determination subsided. He earlier made an investigation for the attainment of Arahantship, and when he had attained Arahantship, the corresponding investigation subsided. What do you think, Brahmin? Such being the case, is the situation terminable or interminable? And he said, surely, Master Gotama, such being the case, the situation is terminable, not interminable. Magnificent Master Ananda, magnificent Master Ananda. So he took refuge in the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, and he said, from today let Master Ananda remember me as a lay follower who has gone for refuge for life. So you see, this member Ananda is a very wise monk to explain it so well. 51.19. Monks, I will teach you spiritual power or psychic power, the basis for psychic power, the development of the basis for psychic power, and the way leading to the development for the basis for psychic power. And what, monks, is psychic power? Here, monks, a monk wields the various kinds of psychic powers. Having been one, he becomes many. He exercises mastery with the body as far as the Brahma world. This is called psychic power. And what, monks, is the basis for psychic power? It is the path and practice that leads to gaining psychic power, to obtaining psychic power. This is called the basis for psychic power. And what, monks, is the development of the basis for psychic power? Here, monks, a monk develops the basis for psychic power of concentration due to desire, accompanied by effort and volition. Similarly, he develops the basis for psychic power of concentration due to energy, concentration due to mind, concentration due to investigation, accompanied by effort and volition. This is called the development of the basis for psychic power. And what, monks, is the way leading to the development of the basis for psychic power? It is this noble eightfold path, that is, right view, right thoughts, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right recollection, and right concentration. This is called the way leading to the development of the basis for psychic power. That's the end of the sutta. So you notice here that the way leading to the development of the basis for psychic power is the Noble Eightfold Path. The Noble Eightfold Path is all-encompassing. Actually, if you cultivate the Noble Eightfold Path, you would have cultivated all the other sets in the what they call the 37 Bodhipakya Dhammas, namely the 4 right efforts, the 4 Satipatthana, the 4, what's the other 4? This one, 4 bases for psychic power, then the 5 Indriya, the 5 Bala, the 7 Bojjhanga, all that would be perfected when you perfect the Noble Eightfold Path. So the most important is the Noble Eightfold Path. Okay, now we come to 51.20. Monks, these 4 bases for psychic power, when developed and cultivated, are of great fruit and benefit. And how, monks, are the 4 bases for psychic power developed and cultivated so that they are of great fruit and benefit? Here, monks, a monk develops the basis for psychic power of concentration due to desire, accompanied by effort and volition, thinking, Thus my desire will be neither too slack nor too tense, and it will be neither constricted internally nor distracted externally. And he dwells perceiving after and before, as before so after, as after so before, as below so above, as above so below, as by day so at night, as at night so by day. Thus with the mind that is open and unenveloped, he develops the mind imbued with luminosity. He develops the basis for psychic power that possesses concentration due to energy, concentration due to mind, concentration due to investigation. And he develops the mind imbued with luminosity. And what monks is desire that is too slack? It is desire that is accompanied by lassitude, associated with lassitude. This is called desire that is too slack. And what monks is desire that is too tense? It is desire that is accompanied by restlessness, associated with restlessness. This is called desire that is too tense. And what monks is desire that is constricted internally? It is desire that is accompanied by sloth and torpor, associated with sloth and torpor. This is called desire that is constricted internally. And what monks is desire that is distracted externally? It is desire that is repeatedly distracted externally, repeatedly disturbed on account of the 5 chords of sensual pleasure. This is called desire that is distracted externally. And how monks does a monk dwell perceiving after and before, as before so after, as after so before. Here monks, the perception of after and before is well grasped by a monk, well attended to, well considered, well penetrated by wisdom. It is in this way, monks, that a monk dwells perceiving after and before, as before so after, as after so before. And how monks does a monk dwell as below so above, as above so below. Here monks, a monk reviews this very body upwards from the soles of the feet, downwards from the tips of the hairs, enclosed in skin, as full of many kinds of impurities. There are in this body head hairs, body hairs, nails, teeth, skin, flesh, sinews, bone, marrow, kidney, heart, liver, pleura, spleen, lungs, intestine, mesentery, contents of the stomach, excrement, bile, phlegm, pus, blood, sweat, fat, tear, grease, saliva, snot, fluid of the joints, urine. It is in this way, monks, that a monk dwells as below so above, as above so below. And how, monks, does a monk dwell as by day so at night, as at night so by day? Here, monks, at night a monk develops the basis for psychic power of concentration due to desire, accompanied by effort and volition. By way of the same qualities, the same features, the same aspects, as he develops that basis for psychic power by day. Or else by day he develops the basis for psychic power by way of the same qualities, the same features, the same aspects, as he develops that basis for psychic power at night. It is in this way, monks, that a monk dwells as by day so at night, as at night so by day. And how, monks, does a monk with a mind that is open and unenveloped develop the mind imbued with luminosity? Here, monks, the perception of light is well grasped by a monk. The perception of day is well resolved upon. It is in this way, monks, that a monk with a mind that is open and unenveloped develops the mind imbued with luminosity. So you see, these are the various descriptions on how to practice. Too slack is associated with lassitude. Too tense is associated with restlessness. Constricted internally is associated with sloth and torpor. Distracted externally is repeatedly disturbed on account of the 5 chords of sensual pleasure. After and below, the perception of after and below is well grasped by a monk. As below, so above, as above, so below. Considers the body, the contents of the body. As by day, so at night, as at night, so by day. A monk practices in the same way, whether it's a daytime or nighttime. But nowadays, a lot of meditation teachers doesn't talk like this. Says you can sleep mindfully. And the Buddha's standard, he practices daytime and nighttime is the same. So the last part, how does he develop the mind until he is luminous? He must have attained at least the 4 jhanas. When he attains the 4 jhanas, the whole body becomes bright. Or any jhana above the 4th jhana. And then in the same way, analysis of energy as a basis. And what monks is energy that is too slack. It is energy that is accompanied by lassitude, associated with lassitude. This is called energy that is too slack. And what monks is energy that is too tense. This energy that is accompanied by restlessness. So in the same way, the description is just as the previous one. Similarly for mind, concentration due to mind, concentration due to investigation. When monks, the 4 bases for psychic power have been developed and cultivated in this way, they are of great fruit and benefit. When monks, the 4 bases for psychic power have been developed and cultivated in this way, a monk wields the various kinds of psychic powers. Having been one, he becomes many. Having been many, he becomes one, etc. He exercises mastery with the body as far as the Brahma world. When monk, the 4 bases for psychic power have been developed and cultivated in this way, a monk, by the destruction of the asavas, in this very life, enters and dwells in the taintless liberation by mind, liberation by wisdom, realizing it for himself with direct knowledge. So that's the end of the sutta. So this telling us how to practice the 4 bases for psychic powers. Most of it we know already, except this interesting part I mentioned is that if you really want to cultivate it until you get the psychic powers, then your practice in the daytime should be the same as your practice at night. Then there's a hope of getting psychic powers. 51.22. I think I can just finish this. Asavati. Then the Venerable Ananda approached the Blessed One, paid homage to him, sat down to one side and said, Venerable Sir, does the Blessed One recall ever having gone to the Brahma world by psychic power with a mind-made body? And the Buddha said, I recall, Ananda, having gone to the Brahma world by psychic power with a mind-made body. But Venerable Sir, does the Blessed One recall ever having gone to the Brahma world by psychic power with this body composed of the 4 great elements? And he said, I recall, Ananda, having gone to the Brahma world by psychic power with this body composed of the 4 great elements. That means with this flesh body. And Venerable Ananda said, that the Blessed One is able to go to the Brahma world by psychic power with a mind-made body, and that he recalls having gone to the Brahma world by psychic power with this body composed of the 4 great elements. That is wonderful and amazing, Venerable Sir, on the part of the Blessed One. And the Buddha said, the Tathagatas, Ananda, are wonderful and possess wonderful qualities. The Tathagatas are amazing and possess amazing qualities. When Ananda, the Tathagata, immerses the body in the mind and the mind in the body, and when he dwells having entered upon the blissful perception and the buoyant perception in regard to the body, on that occasion the body of the Tathagata becomes more buoyant, malleable, wieldy and luminous. Just as an iron ball, Ananda, heated all day, becomes more buoyant, malleable, wieldy and luminous. So too, when the Tathagata immerses the body in the mind and the mind in the body, and when he dwells having entered upon the blissful perception and a buoyant perception in regard to the body, on that occasion the body of the Tathagata becomes more buoyant, malleable, wieldy and luminous. When Ananda, the Tathagata, immerses the body in the mind and the mind in the body, and when he dwells having entered upon the blissful perception and a buoyant perception in regard to the body, on that occasion the body of the Tathagata rises up without difficulty from the earth into the air. he views the various